My people, one that they say shall never end. Oh, information reaching us right now. Allegedly, is that Ooni of Ife was begging Queen Elizabeth's parents, not to take away their daughter. Oh, because these people, one thing they don't like in this life is anything that will make their daughter unhappy or uncomfortable. Recall that last time they said Dr. Elizabeth break down over the fact that the gbasgbos in the palace is too much or was too much for her. And I know say this one Ajibo, born and brought up outside. So when this pressure in the palace becomes so hot on her, they said the mother came and took her along with her, you know, and she spent like days in her father's house. And they say Ooni of Ife was restless, disturbing, begging them to please that they should release Dr. Elizabeth, that she should come back because Dr. Elizabeth is the king's backbone right there in the palace right now. Because she is the only one who is supporting the king. And again, they say she is Ooni of Ife's personal doctor. She's doctor by profession and an educational doctorate degree holder too. So they said the king was begging the parents to please let her come back then, so that she would take care of him. That was when we heard that his blood pressure was high. I mean the king's own then. But in as much as Ooni of Ife wants Dr. Elizabeth to come back because she is her backbone, she is this to her, she is that to her, the parents of Dr. Elizabeth also want their daughter's health to be intact. They want her happiness to be intact. That is, if it will ever be achieved in a polygamous section like this. So right now, following the accident that occurred in the palace, they said Dr. Elizabeth's car, the new car that Ooni of Ife bought for her and Temitope, they said her own for the first time, because it was new car, she wanted to use it and go outside. While she entered the palace, they said the brake developed fault, and before you know it, the thing hit. Some said it hit on a tree, some said it hit on a pavement right there in the palace, that it was a serious accident, but it does not affect her anyway. That it was the light, the car light that was spoiled and all of that. And when they carried out investigation, it was kind of they find out that someone intentionally lose that thing so that it will have that problem. But God quenched the accident like they planned it. So that simply means that the palace is not safe for such a thing to happen right there in the palace, and no one can tell that it is this person or that person. So when the parents of Dr. Elizabeth hears about it, they were not happy at all. First, they thank God for the safety of for sparing their daughter's life, because something like that can buy somebody. But thank God nothing happened to her. Then they were happy about that nothing happened to her, but still they were afraid that their daughter is not that safe in the palace. They said they came to the palace, the mother and the father. They came to the palace after hearing what happened and how it happened. They were disappointed in such a way that they told the king that they are going to go with their daughter, since the palace is so porous that things like this could happen in the palace and no one can give a concrete reason and how it happened. That they are not going to trade their daughter's safety for anything, that it simply means that the palace is not safe for her. That with all of this thing going on, that the king need to put extra security in check so that things like this won't be happening. And they said the father to the king told the king that the father to the girl, Dr. Elizabeth, told the king that if anything of things like this happen again, that he is going to take away his daughter from the palace, because he wouldn't want anything to happen to his daughter, all in the name of marriage. That the reason he gave Dr. Elizabeth to the king is that he trusted that she will be safe with him, and here in the palace, that the palace is will be more secured and all of that. But with the way things are happening, that he doesn't think that the palace is safe, that the king should do something about it with immediate effect. Oh, you know one thing about these people, ever since their daughter enters this palace, it has been from one story to the other. Recall that the first time Dr. Elizabeth enters the palace, she started with the issue of sleep paralysis. While she was sleeping, she said she was experiencing something like something is hypnotizing her, something like that. So with all of that stories, then she ran back to her family house, later come back and everything. Later, they were able to sort out that one. The next thing again, she marched on a charm, you know. So ever since she enters that palace, it has been from one attack to the other. And all of this thing is happening because she doesn't support all these end-time Olories in fighting Queen Naomi. Because I believe that is why they wanted her out of the way. If there's anything they can do to make sure that she leaves the palace completely, I'm sure they are going to do it. Because that support that she's giving to the king to go for Queen Naomi is something that they don't want at all. They expected her to join force with them to fight the king, especially Mariam. Because Mariam thought in her little mind that if she make the king to go and marry Dr. Elizabeth will come and be her and be loyal to her. But it's unfortunate that she came and decided to do the right thing. So when the king, Dr. Elizabeth's parents told the king that if he did not do anything, they are going to take away their daughter and everything. They said the father only told them that look, he is going to take action against it, that it will never happen again. And we do know that he is going to take that action, especially now that it has to do with Dr. Elizabeth. Some people said if it have happened to Ronke or Mariam, that the king might not even say anything or even think of going to investigate. But for the fact that it happened to Dr. Elizabeth, that he will take serious action against it, you know. And this is what happens when you are loyal to your husband. Your husband will try everything within his power to say that you are happy or you are covered without any problem coming to you. Anyway, guys, I want to remind you that they are all alleged information, okay? Always bear that in mind. Please subscribe to my channel if you are here to subscribe, and give this video a thumbs up and share my video. Love you guys. Bye.